Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. When devastating wildfires tore through Southern California in January, 14-year-old Avery Colvert knew she had to take action. What started as a small effort to collect clothing for wildfire victims has since transformed into a full-fledged non-profit, thanks in part to an unexpected boost from Meghan Markle and the Archewell Foundation. Colvert, an 8th grade student, was spared from the destruction of the Eaton fire, but her school, Elliott Arts Magnet Academy, was not. She told Marie Claire, "I felt really bad that I didn't lose my home because almost everyone I knew lost everything." Determined to help, she and her stepdad, Matt Chait, came up with the idea of holding a free fair where wildfire victims could pick up donated clothing, skincare and accessories, items exactly what a teenage girl would want. What was supposed to be a small, week-long initiative quickly exploded. Within 30 minutes of announcing the location, trucks lined up and down the street with donations. And then came a call from the Archewell Foundation. Colvert said she just started to break down crying when she learned the foundation, co-founded by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, wanted to get involved. Meghan Markle herself arrived with bags of clothing from her own closet and stayed for hours, personally helping girls pick out outfits and accessories. For all the girls that were coming in, they got to be styled by Meghan Markle, Colvert said, adding that some broke down in tears upon meeting her. Despite claims from some royal commentators that Meghan was only there for a photo op, Colvert called those accusations ridiculous. She insists the Duchess was so incredibly kind, even receiving stylist training beforehand, so she could better assist the girls. Chait echoed this, saying he was stunned by how much time Meghan spent volunteering, even carrying bags of clothing out to people's cars. Once Avery's story made the news, Meghan returned to Instagram, seemingly responding to criticism over her wildfire relief efforts with an emotional new video. Speaking candidly and appearing makeup-free, Meghan recounted how she met the 15-year-old while visiting Altadena, one of the worst hit areas. The girl's mother told Meghan that when they returned to their burned-down home, her daughter searched desperately for the T-shirt she had left in the wash. Moved by the story, Meghan reached out to friends Adam Levine and Bahati Prinsloo, who helped secure Billie Eilish merchandise to replace the lost shirt. Comments on Meghan's post were disabled, yet some took to other forms of social media to comment. One user shared, "Someone's lost their home and she is gushing about how amazing she is for getting them some signed merch. This disaster tourism has now turned into disaster merching." Another added, "Why not just do a good deed and not make a video about it?" All eyes will be on the Sussexes this weekend as they are expected to appear jointly during the Invictus Games. Talk TV host Kevin O'Sullivan said, "Harry and Meghan are obsessed with their image. They are obsessed with publicity. For a long time now, they have been pursuing this strategy that it's best if they don't appear together. I mean, they did appear together when they went down to the LA fires recently, but how did that work out for them? Not very well, really. People were disgusted by their photo op appearance, calling them disaster tourists and tragedy vultures. But that their solo appearances has not really worked out either. They are still getting an avalanche of negative publicity every day." Prince William visited Cumbria for what has been described as an emotive and powerful engagement with Child Bereavement UK, a charity close to his heart. As patron since 2009, the Prince spent time with grieving children, teenagers and parents, offering words of understanding drawn from his own experience of losing his mother, Diana, at age of 15. Speaking at the event, William acknowledged the difficulty of expressing grief. Sometimes the hardest thing about grief is finding the words for how you actually feel. The Prince, dressed in a slate grey blazer with a light blue shirt, appeared visibly moved as he spoke with children who have benefited from the charity's work. Teenagers shared their experiences of loss with him, with one girl noting that William really understood because of his own personal history. During his visit, he also met fundraisers, including a 16-year-old boxer who raised thousands for the charity. When asked if he liked boxing, William joked, "I don't mind throwing a few punches around, but not at your level. It's exhausting as well." Before leaving, he read messages on the charity's Before I Die wall, laughing at one that said, "Win the Fortnite Cash Cup." Jack Whitehall has joined the ever-growing list of people who say Prince Harry ghosted them after Meghan Markle entered the picture. The British comedian, who once considered himself good friends with Harry during his bachelor days, now says he was well and truly dropped when the Duke of Sussex settled down. Speaking on an Australian radio show, Whitehall reminisced about his party days with Harry, confirming he wasn't quite in the inner circle but still had a few wild nights out with the prince. Notably, he missed out on the infamous naked billiards game in Las Vegas, though, to be fair, that guest list was probably more exclusive than the royal wedding, which Whitehall was also not invited to. His father, Michael Whitehall, previously suggested that Jack's royal exile might have something to do with a joke he made at the 2015 Royal Variety performance where he called Harry ginger nuts. Whether it was that or just the natural consequences of marrying into the most scrutinized family on earth, Whitehall has officially lost his Royal +1 status. Royal expert Jenny Bond told The Mirror, "I think Harry is happy to continue his family life in California, but hopefully spend more of his time on his charity work, into which I think he could pour his heart and soul. The commercial world is simply something he's not used to, and let's face it, his wife is probably better at it than he. No shame in that. He is a very wealthy man already and, in my opinion, can indeed carry out the kind of universal service that he pointedly alluded to as he exited the official working royal family. I think it is an entirely legitimate way ahead for Meghan to concentrate on commercial activities and celebrity appearances, which she seems to very much enjoy, while Harry pursues the charitable work he is known for and where he can make such a difference. This is a modern world, after all, and it really doesn't matter who is the chief breadwinner as long as the family is happy and secure." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a review or some stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget, you can get this show commercial-free along with hundreds of others from Calaroga Shark Media, including Romance Weekly, just in time for Valentine's Day. Check it out. Erotic thrillers and love stories. Romance Weekly, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.